Let me ask you something. Have you ever woken up in the morning, looked at the ceiling and thought, "Oh no, here we go again"? The alarm clock screams. Your mind immediately starts listing problems, bills, work, responsibilities, that awkward message you forgot to reply to, the goals you promised yourself you'd chase someday, and before your feet even touch the floor, your day already feels heavy. Now, if that sounds familiar, don't worry, you're not broken. You're simply doing what most people have been unconsciously trained to do. Start the day by listening to the voice of fear instead of the voice of power. You see, the mind is like a stage. Every morning, two actors are ready to perform. One whispers limitation. Today will be hard. Nothing ever works out for me. Life is unfair. The other voice speaks possibility. Something wonderful is unfolding today. I am guided. I am supported. I am ready. And whichever actor you give the microphone to runs the entire show. Most people hand the microphone to the wrong actor before they've even brushed their teeth. But the good news is this: you can change the entire direction of your life with something surprisingly simple: what you say to yourself each morning. Words are not just sounds that float into the air and disappear like soap bubbles. Words are forces. Words shape the subconscious mind, and the subconscious mind quietly organizes your life. Think of it like programming a navigation system. If you type in the wrong destination, the GPS will faithfully guide you straight to the wrong place. The same thing happens with your thoughts and words. Tell yourself every morning that life is difficult, and the mind will obediently look for evidence. Tell yourself every morning that doors are opening, and suddenly opportunities appear where you once saw walls. Now, before you roll your eyes and say, "That sounds nice, but life isn't that simple," let me assure you, I understand. People wake up worried about money. They worry about relationships. They worry about whether their dreams will ever happen. And sometimes the evidence around them seems to confirm their fears. But here is the quiet secret most people never learn. Circumstances often follow consciousness. Your inner conversation becomes your outer experience, which means if you want to change your life, you must first change what you declare when the day begins. So today I want to share with you 9 powerful things to tell yourself every morning. Not complicated rituals, not mystical ceremonies involving candles and chanting on mountaintops. Just simple statements spoken with conviction that quietly reprogram the mind and invite a different kind of day. And if you try these consistently, something interesting begins to happen. Life stops feeling like something that is happening to you and starts feeling like something that is unfolding for you. The first thing to tell yourself every morning is this: something wonderful is going to happen today. Now, I know some of you are already smiling skeptically, because your brain might say, "Wonderful? Really?" I have emails to answer and traffic to sit in, but listen carefully. The mind moves toward expectation. If you expect problems, your attention scans the day looking for problems. But if you expect something good, your awareness becomes alert for opportunities. Suddenly, a conversation opens a door. A message arrives. An idea pops into your mind. Life begins surprising you. The second thing to say each morning is, "I am guided to the right actions." Many people wake up feeling lost. They feel they must control everything, plan everything, predict everything, and that's exhausting. But when you remind yourself that guidance exists through intuition, insight, and awareness, you relax. You become open to inspired action. Sometimes the right step appears as a quiet nudge. Call that person, try that idea, take that small step. And often those tiny nudges lead to extraordinary results. The third statement is simple but powerful. I refuse to worry today. Now, this one may require a sense of humor, because worry loves to sneak into the mind like an uninvited house guest who eats all the snacks and refuses to leave. But worry does not solve problems. It rehearses them. Worry is like sitting in a rocking chair. You're moving constantly, but you're not going anywhere. When you say, "I refuse to worry today," you are not pretending problems don't exist. You're simply choosing faith over fear. The fourth thing to tell yourself is, "I attract the right people and opportunities." Life is deeply influenced by the energy we carry. Walk into a room expecting rejection, and your body language quietly signals insecurity. Walk into a room expecting connection, and suddenly conversations feel easier. People sense confidence. They sense calm, and often they respond accordingly. You see, attraction is not magic dust floating in the air. It is alignment between your inner belief and your outer actions. The fifth statement is one of my favorites. I trust the timing of my life. So many people rush through life like they're trying to catch a train that already left the station. They think they're behind in success, behind in relationships, behind in happiness. But life is not a race with a stopwatch. Sometimes what looks like delay is actually preparation. Seeds grow underground before they appear above the soil. Opportunities develop quietly before they become visible. When you trust the timing of your life, patience replaces anxiety. The sixth thing to tell yourself every morning is, I release yesterday. Now this is important because many people carry yesterday into today like a suitcase filled with bricks, mistakes, regrets, embarrassing moments. But yesterday is not a life sentence. It is simply information. Learn from it, then release it. Dragging yesterday into today only steals the energy you need to create tomorrow. The seventh statement is, I am worthy of success and happiness. You would be surprised how many people sabotage their own opportunities because they secretly believe they don't deserve them. They downplay their talents. They talk themselves out of chances. They shrink their dreams. But worthiness is not something you earn after perfection. It is something you recognize now. You are not designed to live a small, fearful life. The eighth thing to say every morning is, I take action today, because positive thinking without action is like owning a sports car, but never leaving the garage. Ideas are powerful, beliefs are powerful, but action turns possibility into reality. And here's a little secret. The first step is usually the hardest. Once you begin, momentum takes over. The ninth and final thing to tell yourself each morning is this: everything is working out for my highest good. Now, this doesn't mean every moment will feel comfortable. Sometimes life teaches through contrast, but even challenges can guide you toward growth, clarity, and new directions. When you believe that life is working with you rather than against you, resilience replaces discouragement. You stop asking, why is this happening to me? And start asking, what is this preparing me for? Now here is the simple practice I want you to try, starting tomorrow morning. Before you check your phone, before you dive into the noise of the day, take 60 seconds, just 60, and speak these ideas to yourself, out loud if possible, not like you're reading a grocery list, but like you're declaring instructions to your own mind, because that's exactly what you're doing. And when you repeat these kinds of statements consistently, something remarkable happens. Your thoughts change, your mood changes, your decisions change, and slowly, your life begins to change. Not overnight like a magic trick, but steadily, like the sunrise quietly lighting the sky. So tomorrow morning when you wake up and the ceiling greets you again, remember this conversation. Instead of letting the voice of doubt take the microphone, give the stage to possibility. Tell yourself something wonderful is coming. Tell yourself you are guided. Tell yourself you are ready. And then watch how the day responds. If this message resonated with you, try one small step right now. In the comments, write one powerful statement you will tell yourself tomorrow morning, because when you speak your intention, you strengthen it. And if you enjoy conversations like this about mindset, growth, and quietly transforming your life, make sure you subscribe and join this community. There is so much more ahead for you than you realize. And sometimes the greatest changes begin with something as simple and as powerful as the words you choose to say to yourself when the morning begins. And before we close our conversation today, I want to go a little deeper with you, because understanding why these morning declarations work is just as important as repeating them. You see, most people treat their mind like a wild horse. They wake up and simply ride wherever the horse decides to go. If the horse runs toward worry, they worry. If the horse runs toward doubt, they doubt. If the horse runs toward frustration, they spend the entire day frustrated. But imagine waking up and gently taking hold of the reins. That is what these morning statements really are. They are the reins of your mind. Instead of reacting to the day, you begin directing it. And let me tell you something amusing about the human brain. It loves repetition. Your brain is constantly forming patterns. In psychology, they call these neural pathways. Think of them like little roads in the mind. The more often you travel a road, the smoother it becomes. If you spend years telling yourself life is hard, money is scarce, people are difficult, and nothing works out, that road becomes a 6-lane highway. Your brain can drive down it without even thinking. But when you begin speaking new truths every morning, you start building a new road. At first it feels unfamiliar, a little awkward, a little forced. Your mind might even protest. It may say, "This sounds silly. This won't work." That's simply the old road, trying to keep its traffic. But if you continue, day after day, something remarkable happens. The new road becomes easier to travel. Your thoughts naturally shift. Your expectations shift. And because expectations influence behavior, your results begin to shift too. Now let's talk about something very practical. Morning is the most powerful moment to speak these declarations, because your mind is in a unique state. When you first wake up, your brain is still transitioning from the slower dream state rhythms into the faster waking rhythms. In simple terms, your mind is more open to suggestion. This is why the first few minutes of your morning are like fertile soil. Whatever seeds you plant there tend to grow throughout the day. If you plant seeds of anxiety, you harvest tension. If you plant seeds of possibility, you harvest creativity. And if you plant seeds of confidence, you harvest action. Now here is where a little humor helps. Many people wake up, and the very first thing they do is reach for their phone. They scroll through alarming headlines, social media arguments, or someone else's highlight reel of success. Within 5 minutes, their brain thinks the world is collapsing, everyone else is winning, and they are somehow behind in life. That's not a morning routine. That's psychological sabotage. Imagine starting a marathon by tying your shoelaces together. So one of the kindest things you can do for your mind is delay the noise of the world for just a few moments. Give yourself a small island of peace before the ocean of information rushes in. Stand up, stretch your body, take a deep breath, and then calmly speak your morning declarations. Now I can almost hear someone saying, "But what if I don't believe the words yet?" That's a fair question. The truth is, belief often follows repetition, not the other way around. Think about a child learning to walk. The child doesn't wait until they are confident before trying to stand. They wobble, they fall, they try again. Confidence grows through practice. The same is true for the mind. You may not fully believe the words the first time you say them, but each repetition plants a seed. And seeds have a funny habit of growing when given enough time. Let me tell you a small story. There was once a man who woke up every morning complaining about his job. He told himself he was stuck. He told himself opportunities never came his way. And for years, nothing changed. Then one day, he decided to experiment with a new inner conversation. Every morning he began saying, "I am open to new opportunities, and the right doors are opening for me." At first it felt ridiculous. He said the words while brushing his teeth and laughed at himself. But he kept going. Weeks later, he began noticing ideas he had previously ignored. He started conversations he would normally avoid. He applied for positions he once assumed were out of reach. Within a year, his entire career path had shifted. Now, did the words alone magically change his life? No, but the words changed his awareness, and awareness changed his actions, and actions changed his results. That is the quiet power of directing your mind. Now, I want to give you a simple way to make these 9 morning statements even more effective. Instead of rushing through them like a list, pause after each one for a moment. Let the idea settle. Feel it. Picture it. For example, when you say, "Something wonderful is going to happen today," take a breath and imagine the day unfolding positively. Maybe you see a helpful conversation. Maybe you see a new idea arriving. Maybe you see yourself handling challenges with calm confidence. Visualization strengthens the message. Your mind begins to treat the possibility as something real. And when the mind sees something as real, it begins organizing behavior around it. Athletes do this all the time. Before a competition, many of them close their eyes and visualize the perfect performance. Their brain rehearses success. When the real moment arrives, their body follows the pattern it already practiced. You can do the same with your life. Your mind is always rehearsing something. The only question is whether it rehearses failure or success. Now here's another small but powerful habit. Write your morning statements somewhere visible, perhaps on a note beside your bed, perhaps on your mirror, perhaps as a reminder on your phone, because the mind loves visual cues. When you see those words daily, they reinforce the message. And repetition is the architect of belief. Another interesting thing begins to happen when you practice this consistently. Your conversations with other people change. When your inner dialogue becomes encouraging instead of critical, you naturally begin speaking differently to others. You become more patient, more optimistic, more solution-focused, and that energy is contagious. People enjoy being around someone who radiates calm confidence instead of constant complaint. Opportunities often follow those kinds of people, not because life is playing favorites, but because positive energy creates positive interactions. Now, I also want to address something important. Practicing positive morning declarations does not mean pretending life is perfect. There will still be difficult days. There will still be setbacks. But these statements give you a stronger foundation when those moments arrive. Instead of collapsing into negativity, you remember your direction. You remember your power. You remember that the story of your life is still being written, and one difficult chapter does not define the entire book. Let's imagine two people facing the same challenge. The first person wakes up thinking, "Nothing ever works out for me." Immediately, their mind searches for proof. They become defensive. They hesitate. They expect disappointment. The second person wakes up thinking, "Everything is working out for my highest good." Their mind searches for solutions. They remain open. They keep moving forward. The circumstances may be identical, but the experience is completely different. Perspective shapes reality more than most people realize. Now, here is a playful exercise I want you to try this week. For 7 days, commit to speaking the 9 morning declarations before starting your day. 7 days, not forever, just 7. Treat it like a small, personal experiment. You don't need perfect belief. You only need curiosity. Observe how your thoughts shift. Observe how your mood shifts. Observe how your decisions shift. And by the end of the week, ask yourself one simple question. Do I feel more empowered or less? Most people discover they feel lighter, more hopeful, more motivated, because the mind finally has direction instead of confusion. And remember, transformation rarely comes from one giant dramatic moment. It usually arrives through small, daily choices. The choice to think differently. The choice to speak differently. The choice to believe something better is possible. Those small choices accumulate like drops of water filling a bucket. Eventually, the bucket overflows. Your life reflects the new pattern. So, tomorrow morning when the alarm clock rings and your mind begins its usual chatter, smile gently, because now you know something most people never learn. You know that the first voice you listen to each morning should be your own voice of power. Tell yourself something wonderful is unfolding. Tell yourself you are guided. Tell yourself you are ready for opportunities. Tell yourself yesterday is released. Tell yourself you deserve success and happiness. Tell yourself you will take action today. Tell yourself life is aligning for your highest good. These are not empty words. They are instructions to your subconscious mind. They are invitations to possibility. And over time, they shape the reality you experience. So start tomorrow. Stand up. Take a deep breath and speak life into your day before the world has a chance to speak fear into it. And if this message encouraged you even a little today, share in the comments one declaration you will begin saying every morning. Your words might inspire someone else who needed this reminder today. Also, if you enjoy these conversations about mindset, inner power, and shaping the life you truly want, make sure you subscribe and join this growing community. Because the journey of transforming your thinking is one of the most rewarding adventures you can take. And the beautiful part is this: you don't have to wait for a new year. You don't have to wait for a perfect moment. You don't have to wait for permission. The next chapter of your life can begin tomorrow morning with the simple, powerful words you choose to say to yourself when you open your eyes.